Hello YouTubers, Rogue Monkey Jr. here for another episode of Bare Bones Sunday. So today's gun that I'm going to be reviewing is the 870 MCS. It is a buckshot shotgun. It shoots at 92 rounds per minute. So that means that you're not going to have much leeway when you miss that first shot in close quarters. Although this gun has the most pellet count among the shotgun category. It shoots 19 pellets per shot, and with the maximum damage of 11.2 within 20 meters, that means you're going to be doing nearly 200 damage to the target. So if you hit the target accurately, that is a one-shot kill. Beyond that, it starts dropping off at 20 meters, going all the way down to 5.6 at 30 meters. Sorry, 32 meters. So that means that it's going to take you a lot more shots to kill the enemy, because you're basically the pellets are going to go in a cone of fire, so less of your pellets are going to hit that target, and also with the damage reduction, that means you're going to have a lot more of a hard time shooting targets that are further and further away. Another thing about this shotgun, it is not a magazine-fed shotgun. You have to reload each individual shell, which is going to take you a 0.7 seconds to reload each shell. So if your gun is empty, that's going to take you 5.6 seconds to reload. It does, however, hold 8 shells, so that's not too bad. My suggestion would be every time you get a little bit of downtime, just press the reload button. Even if you only manage to reload 1 or 2 shells, well, it's better than ending up with like 1 shell in your shotgun and having to come to an encounter. If you miss that shot, then you're going to have to reload, and that's pretty much going to seal your fate. You're pretty much going to be dead. Equipped with the buckshot shell, this shotgun has a muzzle velocity of 300 meters per second, and that changes depending on what you equip it with. The flechette round has 450 meters per second, the frag round significantly less at 150 meters per second, and the slug clocking in at 380. This is one of the fastest shooting pump action shotguns, right up there with the SPAS 12, with 92 rounds per minute. So you pretty much don't want to miss that first shot when you get into an engagement. Using the shotgun stock wasn't really too bad. The iron sights are pretty manageable, and most of the time you don't really use the iron sights since you're closing in that engagement distance. You're so close to your target that it doesn't really matter. Since you have a shotgun, you can just hip fire and you're pretty much going to get the kill if you hip fire and you hit the target correctly. Because this shotgun has 19 pellets per shell, you're going to have a lot more breathing room. Like, let's say if you shoot a little bit off of the target, even in close range, you might still get that kill, because a good amount of the pellets are probably going to hit that target, and seeing as they do 11.2 damage each, it only takes you 10 pellets to kill the enemy. So if you have 9 pellets that deviate off target, you're still going to get that one-shot kill. The shotguns have been buffed and nerfed and all different sorts of things over the past 2 years that Battlefield 4 has been out, and now I think that they're at a point that they are pretty decent. You can get away with using the shotgun even in longer ranges, provided that you do use the full choke, which is something I'm going to talk about a little bit later. And they're a lot better than they used to be. One patch back, the semi-automatic shotguns were way overpowered. You could shoot people from across the 40 meters away and still get that one-shot kill. That was pretty ridiculous. But right now, shotguns are pretty effective at close range. Yeah, I use the shotguns pretty much in maps like Operation Locker and Metro, which is you're really going to get that close engagement distance. I wouldn't really use shotguns on other maps than that, because you're gonna have that problem shooting long range targets. Unless you're god at aiming and you have a 44 mag as a secondary weapon and you hit your targets precisely, then yeah, I would just use this gun in team deathmatch or domination style game modes. Now moving on to the attachments. So the attachments that I use for the 870 MCS. So first of all, I just use the red dot, the Coyote red dot sight, just because it's a personal preference. You could use any of the red dot sights. I don't really see the point of putting a higher optic on this, other than like maybe the holographic sight. I see a lot of people use like the IR&V. I just find it takes a lot more time to zoom into the IR&V or a FLIR, so I just prefer using the Coyote, just because you have a very good field of view with the Coyote, and the metal housing is so small that it doesn't really block off parts of your screen. The second attachment I like to use is the green laser sight, just because I hip fire the gun a lot in close quarters. I don't really take the time to zoom in, because I mean, you're not really getting a very good accuracy boost for zooming in. I mean, you're shooting so many pellets so close range that the cone of fire isn't really going to be that large anyways, so most of your pellets are going to hit the target even if you deviate off of it just a little bit. The third attachment I use for the barrel attachment is the full choke. This is a personal preference. I just like to use the full choke because I know I can be accurate, so I just want like the possibility to shoot targets at longer range. But if you're not that accurate with your guns, I would suggest just using like either the modified choke, which is going to give you a larger cone of fire, or just using the barrel stock, which is not going to give you, it's just going to shoot the pellets in an even larger cone of fire, so you just get more breathing room, as I said, from close quarters. Now for the ammo type, I just use buckshot because I use the shotgun for close quarters, so it doesn't really make sense to use the flechette. Before the flechette round made sense because it could kill targets easier who had the defensive perk field upgrade, but now I just don't see the point. They do less damage than the buckshot, so I just use the buckshot. If you plan on using the shotgun for longer ranges, I guess you could equip the slugs, but I just use it for close range, so I just equip the buckshot shell. Let me know in the comments down below how you guys like to run the 870 MCS and which gun you would like to see featured in the next Bare Bones Sunday. But yeah, until the next video, thank you very much for watching and take it easy.